Alright folks, well, here's the next repair, and when we've done this it'll be on the air tested in the test car, which will now have a Thunderbolt T3000 as the test radio. Right, same customer as the TTI TCB550 Evo, the very latest one, which I'd never seen before. So we've got a standard replacement mic, which is excellent. It's come with a power connector, which is even more useful. And we've got his letter, which is, what was he saying? Oh, his letter really was all about the 230. Oh yeah, good. That's it. Well, I'm going to look inside it first, just in case. Because unless they say, well, I've had it from new and it's never been touched, I'd just like to just make sure with a customer set that there's nothing in there that's likely to go pop. We used to have Rotel 230 as the test radio back in the 80s. Before we were doing YouTube, of course. I think we only started this in 2014. Right, power it up. I'm not going to switch it on though. No, I'm not going to power it up. Take the lid off. Speaker lid, that's safely up there. Changes glasses. So we're looking for visually damaged capacitors. That looks absolutely, looks a pearl of this. Absolutely lovely. Right, we'll switch it on. Why have I got nothing happening? Because the red wire. There we go. So it's in PA. Well, if it likes being in PA, that's the first thing we'll test. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Excellent. And that works on the volume control. I said before, some CBs there's no volume over the PA. No volume adjustment, it's always full whack, which is not good. I think we've got a Unit N200 tomorrow. That'll need some capacitors changing, they always do. That's tested two things there. Right, so we'll now plug into the test equipment speaker. And we'll pause the video because we've got a wire come off the connector. Right, that's that sorted out. So pop it on channel 20 and just run through what it's doing. Picture in picture on. We're on the wrong screen now. It's better. Let's look at transmit. So we're on channel 20 and we're on normal power. All we need to do is plug the test equipment in to the aerial. Wow, that's banged across. 4.4 watts. .6 watts. 4.1 watts. Somebody can't set a radio up. Somebody hasn't read the service manual. Low power. Exactly 400 milliwatts. Transmit current 1.31. Deviation, we'll have to retune this because we're doing those AM sets. Wallow. 1, 2, wallow. Somebody can't set deviation. We'll come back to frequency in a moment. So this is golden screwdriver big time. Right, so we'll select channel 40. Well, at least it's survived. I'll tell you what, that's spot on, isn't it? Well, just the merest touch. Should be 4 volts. And on transmit, should also be 4 volts. It's 4.3, so just adjust that. That's fine. I don't think that had been fiddled with. This is the difficult bit because they've obviously got the transmitter set wrongly for it to be that high, and it just, I don't want to thrash it and kill the set, so I've got to try and work quickly. So despite it, I'll just make sure we're back on channel 20. So back in that scale, so I want to check for a peak. That's my peak. I'm unkeying in between. Just checking the audio was actually on. So the second one, check for a peak. They're all spot on. Third one, check for a peak. Spot on. So we've got to sort this out. So we need to put it to absolute maximum. I just hope it isn't already at absolute maximum. No, it's not. It's 4.8. still 4.8 but slightly different. My tool doesn't fit that one for some reason. It's all rounded off. See if we can get the blue one to fit. No, it's the broken one, isn't it? Ah, good grief, here we go. It's been golden screwdrivered to death. So let's hope we can recover it. And to be able to turn it round. Turn the power off. Lid off. Coil out. Make sure I know which way round it is. So it's the pointy bit to down there. Let's clean that up. See if we can get this out from underneath. Unfortunately, there's the broken bit. There just isn't enough of that, I don't think, to work. I don't know, it is full height at some point. Let's try and save his £1.50 and see if we can put it back in. I better put it in from underneath. Right, we'll try that. To be honest, I don't hold these in stock. There's only Knights have them, and I think the 150 plus post. And it's lucky they do have them. I usually buy 3 at a time, and then you find a set having used 2, you know, and then you've run out. And put the bottom back on because of its capacitive effect. Put one screw in. We'll probably end up having to order one. But if it works, power back on. Okay, so now we've got 2.6 watts. So as we turn this now clockwise, we should get to about where we were And it's alright at reaching the peak. I've got to be able to back it off to set it up. And that is the peak, which is about where it was. Now just double back on myself and just check. Oh, good grief, that one's broken now. So it was just luck, was it, that it hadn't before? Power off. Sure where the other end of this is. It's there. So the pointy bit is towards the back of the set. Don't know why I didn't have difficulty first time around with it. This is the one that's going to be worse. Nope. Right, I'll have to pause the video and extract that. Right, we'll try again. Sorry, the printer's printing in the background, or even the foreground. So we've had to take a core out of another set. What's a coil out of another set? Because this radio's been running at a higher power than it is intended to, this has melted. That's why it broke upon adjustment. So we put another one in, which isn't melted. So switch back on. Right, 1 watt. .8. So I think we're all agreed. That's the peak. Yep, 5.8 is the peak. So we need to take this one to the right for 4.4 watts. Did I say 5.8? It's 4.8 it was doing at peak. So 4.4 watts on that one, and then the manual says turn it down to 3.8 with this one anti-clockwise. But we're not turning it down to 3.8, we're turning it down to 4 because that's the legal limit. And then we're going to check that we are doing 4 watts across the 40 channels. It needs to be within 0.1, says the manual. My worst case scenario is 0.2. So that's doing 4.05. And that's doing 4.05. So he's absolutely got that as high as we dare. And that's going to work a bit better. So now we'll need to reset low power. Absolutely will. It's a bit sticky just around where I want it, so they often need cleaning. Waggle that around a bit. And we're back to 400 milliwatts just as it should be. Now the radio's been on long enough, the test equipment's been long enough to do the frequency. So we'll be able to jot that down. The 2779150 is a bit high. Now they drop with the age, so that's been fiddled with, hasn't it? This was what am I doing? It's 4 volts. This was fine. I mean, I did adjust it just for the sake of the demonstration. I should have checked the RF meter before and I forgot. So 2779149. So we'll just pop that down a bit. Huh. Like that, is it? I'll do 2779126. And we'll check that the meter, well, high power, so it's banging across even though I've theoretically turned it down, but of course I've set it right, that's the point. That's another bit dirty preset. Waggle that around a bit, and so it's spot on the 4 watts into a dummy load. Remember, that is only relative power. It only reads correctly into a dummy dummy load. So, mind you, I prefer that to pre-program ones you get on modern sets today, and they're all doing it. Deviation, I'll need to check with the test set behind. So first of all, I want that vertical one into exactly its central position, and then we'll just set this to where I think it should be 2.4 as a peak on this test set, and we'll verify it with the test set behind me, seeing as this is not always playing ball. Put that on camera 1. Wow. So that should be right. If the machine's not playing ball, just verify it with the one behind. Just turn round, put it into the 282A test set. There we go. Give that a quick whistle. One. Got the wrong glasses. One. It's too loud. Or too wide, shall we say? One. You know what? Start again with it. That's a preset needs cleaning too. Try it again. Whoa. Plug this back in. Good. That's the transmitter done. So the deviation had been far too high. So it's now 2.2 to a 2.5 peak, as it should be. Right, I'll have a quick look at the receiver and then I'll go for T. So it's 2779125 we want on here. We were on CPT yesterday. There we go. Let's get some readings. SINAD meter on. Make sure RF gain's at full. So, wow, this is good. 0.246, 0.27. 10 dB 0.21, and am I in the right mode? I like to double check if they're as good as this. 0.58, it's one of the best. Just check the squelch, full whack, it should be 100 microvolts. It's 300 well, let's get an exact figure. 170 microvolts. And threshold, it's 1.5 microvolts. Hopefully we can improve that. It may be the detector's out. So right now we'll do the detector, we'll go over to the oscilloscope. And we're looking for maximum recovered audio. Yeah, it did need touching. So go now over to the SINAD meter. See whether we can improve on that receive, which is fantastic. Actually we can. We don't have the extra receive circuit. It's 50-50 on Rotel 230s, but on hardware 420s you usually get it. That's spot on. That's spot on. Bigger signal to just do these IFs, just check. Spot on. Spot on. So now we'll review what we've got. We've actually got 0.2. We did a 5-star bit back. I thought that was the best Cybernet monitor I've ever seen, but I think we've got this one now as the best. I'm going to have to change scales to do 12. But for 20 we've now got 0.44. So he's got this TTI TCB550 Evo, and it's not a patch on the receive sensitivity of this set. Let's just see if we can get a figure for 10. I don't like to change scales because you never know. Yeah, it's on 0. It says 0.2, so it is about there. Good. Squelch to full. Just adjust the preset. That's now where I want it. Now, see where the sensitivity is now. Signal generator to standby. Set squelch on the radio. I'll show you the attenuator. Switch the signal generator back on. 0.6. So that balanced up beautifully. That's where we want it. Meter reading, I want S9, 100 microvolts. It is absolutely bang on. No adjustment needed. It's the preset there had it needed that. I'll be able to knock him 1 penny off for not having done that. Right, we're done. I'll have my tea and we'll button it up. Right, so that's screwed it back together. We will just get the roof aerial. unplug the test gear. So over the years, I have a Rotel 230 which we've used as a test radio here. Over the years, you know, obviously as the radio dealers, we've had quite a lot coming in and out, and we've bought a few in the past, and I've kept back the best of the best of the best. And you know what? This one works better than our best of the best of the best test radio. So this customer needs to look after this. This is actually more sensitive than that Thunderpole T800 we did the other day, which was one of the most sensitive sets I've ever seen. 19, Roger. So all these people are thanks, good buddy. I don't think that was aimed at me, but it might have been. These people are all up Nottingham, mostly doing 40 watts or something like that. They don't play by the rule book. Excellent. Right, we'll do an on-the-air test, and tonight's on-the-air test will be now with the Thunderpole T3000 installed in the car instead of the one we've been using for some years, the Midland 78. So that's going to be a really, really good set into that new test setup. It's going to make an interesting video. Thanks for watching the Rotel RVC230 Cybernet 134 from 1981.